Do you think that kids are now coming out at a younger age? Because most people that I knew, they kept it completely quiet. And then I'd go to school reunions and it turns out that like a quarter of the grade were dirty queers. And when I was at school, I was apparently the only one. And it was these girls that are now lesbians that were still beating me up. So do you think it's now more acceptable for kids to come out at a younger age that they feel safer about it?
I can't claim that it's safer for everybody, and I would feel very wrong claiming that, because it's not. I mean, my co-partner person of Wear It Purple, Scott, he came out at school and was treated just abysmally. I mean, probably as bad as you, but I don't know how bad yours, so I'm just making a radical assumption. So, look, for me it was easy, but then again, I go to a very good school.
Can I ask how old you were?
I came out at 14.
That's really young at school. Wow.
I get a clap for that? Oh, my God. It's like, yes.
But was that because you felt that you were safe to do so at your school environment?
But then again, I live in Marrickville and there are more gays on my street than heterosexuals. Like, if I wasn't gay, there'd be a problem. Partly because if I brought home a boyfriend, all the boys would steal him before he got to my front door. But, you know, I felt safe. But not all schools are like that. I'd like to epitomise this with one issue, and I'm going to slip into my teenage Tegan voice to explain it. Like, if you've been living under a rock, like, recently, then you probably didn't, like, realise totally that now is, like, formal season. And if you don't have someone to, like, totally, like, take you with, like, to the formal, then you really totally, like, aren't, like, living. So, what... It's too good. Now, as teenage Tegan can point out, everyone needs to take someone to their formal. And a lot of kids aren't allowed to take same-sex partners to their formal. This is so stupid. Because I know girls who want to take a girl partner to their formal and they're not... Well, I don't know if they're gay. They could be like your quarter and hiding it away from everybody. And, you know, I might be one of the girls who can't find the lesbians. But, you know, I think, you know, they've got a friend who transferred to Sydney Girls and they want them to come back for their formal. And, you know, that should be fine, you know. It shouldn't be made a big deal. We're not forced to foxtrot in floor-length dresses anymore. So why should we be forced to have a dress code for relationships, is my question.
It's bullying.
It is bullying.
It is bullying.
And, you know, and that's one issue that I think epitomises it in school, is if your school doesn't allow you to take a same-sex partner to your Year 12 or Year 10 formal, they might not be that receptive to you coming out in school. But if you do, you're probably okay.
I was just going to respond to that because I, without revealing anything, also work in an inner Western high school, and I think it's a very different kettle of fish to...
Oh, yeah, all schools are different.
And I would still, if a kid came to me and said, look, you know, I'm thinking of coming out at school, horrendously, I would still have to say to them, don't. Just be very careful, because schools are still notoriously difficult places to come out in, even for teachers, to be honest, because even as a teacher I still cop shit. Yeah, fucking no. I was asked if I had a strap on the other day. I didn't answer that question, of course. But
can I just quickly throw something in as someone who does marketing work with public schools? I went down and did some marketing work a year or so ago with a very white-bread school down in the Shire, right at the end of the Shire, not what I expected. And at the middle of the session, the deputy principal said to me, I've got a bit of a dilemma. He said, it's a marketing dilemma, not a moral dilemma. He said, I've had 2 kids come out as gay in the last few months, which is fine as far as we're concerned, as far as the school's concerned. He said, but from a marketing perspective, is that a good thing or a bad thing? And I said, this is my answer, you can tell me whether it's a good one or a bad one. I said, well, you know what? I said, the number one thing parents want in a school is for their children to be safe. Now, if your school is safe enough that 2 kids can come out and there's no issue that they're gay, even homophobic parents will know that that's indicating you're a pretty safe place to send your kids.